Here's a funny story for you. You know, uh, Netflix. It's full of weirdos. Okay, a lot of employees there are very odd, and one of their directors recently pocketed 42 million dollars of their money and spent it on his own crap. Many millions. And among the things he used Netflix's money for was purchasing $4 million in Dogecoin. And he made a bunch of money from it. I don't even know what this world. Okay. Director allegedly pockets Netflix money, spends it on cars, designer clothing, and Dogecoin. The director, Carl Eric Rinch, never provided a single episode and reportedly mistreated cast and crew. Back in 2018, Netflix invested millions of dollars in a sci-fi project called Conquest, only to never receive a single episode of the project. Instead, co-creator and director Carl Eric Rinch allegedly mistreated the cast and crew, spent millions on cryptocurrency, luxury cars, and designer clothes. Sounds like a write-off to me. Before Conquest, Rinch had directed only one film, 47 Ronin, a critical and commercial failure. Was that weird movie with Tom Cruise or something like that? Where he was like a samurai? Oh, Keanu Reeves. Yeah. A critical commercial failure. He was a protege of Ridley Scott and worked as part of Scott's production company on commercials. He and his wife, don't really care, began work on the sci-fi project on the side. The show concerned a genius who creates human-like species called the Organic Intelligent. Rinch filmed a brief proof-of-concept episode, which drew the attention of multiple streaming giants. Netflix won the contract by promising millions more than its competitors and granting final cut privileges to Rinch. A report in the New York Times, based on interviews with the show's cast and crew, texts and emails, as well as court filings and divorce from his wife, that's how he got caught, his wife, alleges that his behavior became strange soon after signing the contract. The series began filming in Sao Paulo, with following filming in Uruguay and Hungary. The film union in Brazil complained that he mistreated the crew with shouts and cursing. In Budapest, he allegedly went full days without sleeping and accused his wife of trying to end him, according to the divorce filing. Rinch had thrown things at his wife and punched holes in the walls even before filming began. In March 2020, he requested that Netflix send him more money. Though he had missed several production milestones, Netflix still sent him $11 million. Rinch then transferred $10.5 million of that sum to his personal brokerage account. According to bank and brokerage statements included in the divorce case, he gambled it unsuccessfully on the stock market, but won big investing in Dogecoin. He then bought 5 Rolls Royces, a Ferrari, and plenty of designer clothing and furniture. Did he not think that Netflix was going to be like, wait a minute, what about that $11 million? And also, why isn't Netflix like monitoring the spending? Why are they just sending him a blank check for $11 million? After Netflix ceased funding the project, Rinch eventually started an arbitration battle, claiming that Netflix breached the contract and owed him another $14 million. Netflix denies owing him any money. He refused to answer the Times questions, stating on Instagram posts that he did not believe the article would be accurate. A spokesperson for Netflix said to the Times that after a lot of time and effort, it became very clear that Mr. Rinch was never going to complete the project he agreed to make, so we wrote the project off. It was a write-off. The case went before arbitration this month, and ruling is expected soon. Well, I mean, I support stealing Netflix's money 100%. Director spends $4 million of Netflix budget on Dogecoin. In an astonishing turn of events, Carl Eric Ringe, director of Netflix's unreleased show Conquest, took a massive risk by investing $4 million into the show's budget into one of the best altcoins today, Dogecoin. The gamble paid off hugely, turning that investment into a $27 million profit. Initially, Conquest had a budget of $55 million, but Ringe used a portion for stock market bets, which did not go well. Then he shifted the remaining $4 million to Dogecoin, striking gold in May of 2021. So he was able to cover his losses. He actually was able, he gambled with Netflix's $4 million, won $27 million, and certainly has enough to pay back the $11 million that he owes them. However, this led to controversy. Ringe spent lavishly on luxury items and is now has a legal tussle with Netflix. He's demanding an additional $14 million claim Netflix is disputing. So he steals $4 million from Netflix, makes, what I say, $27 million? I guess, like, based? Like, I don't even see the strange $55 million saga of a Netflix show you'll never see. Netflix gave an unproven director $55 million for a sci-fi series. He blew it on Rolls-Royces, crypto, and dodgy stock bets. By the way, never filmed a single episode. Now, Netflix washed its hands of the deal and came up for air missing some $55 million from its accounts. At least $9 million of that $55 million had gone to the director's lavish tastes. He bought himself 5 Rolls-Royce, a Ferrari, a $400,000 watch, and millions of furniture in furniture. Why would you buy 5 Rolls-Royces? Aren't they all the same? Aren't they all the... Are there different Rolls-Royce models? This is like a rich person question. Well, you see here, Netflix essentially took out a $62 million television contract to the shed and ended it, according to an ongoing arbitration case against the director. Netflix watched hands deal and came up for air, missing some $55 million from its account. So he stole $55 million. They must have been able to keep $7 million. I mean, what a wild case. His only previous film credit was the Keanu Reeves 47 Ronin, which had a $225 million budget and made just $150 at the box office. He also grew concerned that he had been abusing ADHD, which is an amphetamine, blah, 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 mania, delirium, psychosis. Ringe told Netflix that he had spent the $44.3 million that they'd approved up to that point, needed another $11 million. So that's where we get the $55 million. When Netflix acquiesced and wired the money, he sent mostly directly to his personal Carl Schwab account. Why would he even have access to that money? That's like, it seems so stupid that you would let this dude have this level of access to that kind of money. Right? Like, why is he managing that directly? Why aren't you sending expense reports to Netflix and then they're paying the bills? That would seem how it would work, right? Between his Dogecoin binge and Netflix pulling the plug on his show, he was allegedly holed up in his apartment, slowly losing his mind. I mean, I just love it. He liquidated his Dogecoin to the tune of $27 million. Thank you and God bless crypto, Mr. Ringe wrote on the Kraken crypto exchange representative who helped him with the transaction. When asked during a legal deposition about the cars, clothes, watches, and furniture, he claimed that they were props purchased for the set of Conquest, and then he had paid for them directly with the production money from Netflix. He changed his tune in a later arbitration case with Netflix, where he claimed that not only was the money contractually his to do with whatever he pleased, but Netflix owed him an additional $14 million. Love it. Love every part about this. It's going to be a feel-good way to end the day. Absolutely, absolutely love that it couldn't happen to a better company. Really.